All right, so now we're going to apply factoring to trying to solve polynomial equations. When you're solving polynomial equations, you want to get everything on one side of the equation, or in other words, you want to get everything equal to 0. And then what we've kind of done with every single polynomial is put the polynomial in the standard form. So how to factor the polynomial. So that's what I'm going to do here. Factor the polynomial, and then after that, use the zero product property in order to solve for the variable. So I'm going to factor all of this. This is in standard form. Everything's already equal to 0. I'm going to try to factor that. I'm going to use Lizzie's method. A is 3, B is 11, and then C is 6. So now I'm going to start building my diamond. What goes on top is A times C. So 3 times 6 is 18, which should go on the bottom is B, and then that's 11. Both of these numbers are positive. So the two numbers that I'm looking for on the left and right sides of the diamond should really be positive. I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to 18 and then add to 11. And then those two numbers, or the two numbers that work, are 9 and 2. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 plus 2 is 11. So we could start building our binomials, x plus 9, since 9 is positive, and then x plus 2, since 2 is positive as well. Then we divide both of those numbers by 3. That's A. So I divide 9 by 3, and then I also divide 2 by 3. 3 goes evenly into 9 3 times, so this becomes x plus 3. 3 doesn't go evenly into 2, and you can't simplify 2/3, so then 3 goes in front of x, 3x plus 2. That's all of this factored to bring it back to its original equation. Now we just set it equal to 0. We're multiplying these two binomials together. They equal 0. So now I could use a zero product property, which states if you multiply two or more things together and they equal 0, one of them must be 0. So you would set x plus 3 equal to 0, and then we'll solve that. You also set 3x plus 2 equal to 0 and solve that. So to solve the first equation, subtract 3 from each side, x is equal to negative 3. To solve the second equation, take away 2 first from each side. 0 minus 2 is negative 2. Divide each side by 3. And then I'm just going to leave it as a fraction, x equals negative 2/3. So those are our two solutions, x equals negative 3 or x equals negative 2/3. On the next example here, I want to solve this for the variable x. Notice everything's not to one side of the equation, or everything's not equal to 0. So I need to subtract 3 from each side in order to get everything equal to 0. I'm going to put this in standard form. So the 4x squared term comes first, then 4x, and then negative 3 comes last. And on the right side is equal to 0. 3 minus 3 is 0. Now I want to try to factor this polynomial. In order to factor it, A is 4, B is also 4, and then C is negative 3. So then I could use those numbers in my diamond. On top, A times C, so 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. On the bottom is 4. I want to try to find two numbers that multiply to negative 12 and then add the positive 4. One has to be positive, one has to be negative. Since they add to positive 4, the larger has to be the positive number. See if you can find those numbers. You should have found 6 and negative 2. 6 times negative 2 is 12. 6 minus 2 is 4. Now we can build our binomials, x plus 6, x minus 2, and divide each of those numbers by A, which is 4. So I'm going to divide 6 by 4. I'm also going to divide negative 2 by 4. 4 doesn't go evenly into 6, but I can simplify that. 2 does go evenly into 6 and 4, 3 and 2 times. Same thing here. We could divide both the numerator and denominator by 2, so that's going to be 1/2. Okay, now I could bring these numbers in front of the variables. So it would become 2x plus 3 times 2x minus 1. And then now that's equal to 0, because I want to put everything equal to 0 to be able to use the zero product property. Now I could set 2x plus 3 equal to 0 and 2x minus 1 equal to 0. Solve each of those equations. Subtract 3, 2x equals negative 3. Divide by 2, x equals negative 3/2. I'm just going to leave it as a fraction. Second equation, 2x is equal to 1. Divide each side by 2. X is equal to positive 1/2. So those are the two solutions, negative 3/2 and then positive 1/2.